It's rather bad. We used to follow the situation on two issues mainly: press freedom, media freedom, and then working conditions for journalists. And I must say that on both issues the situation is rather difficult in the Balkans. I would say that it's deteriorating as well in most of the countries, with some exceptions, but globally it's still a very difficult region for us. As a European Federation, we focus a lot on Turkey, of course, because the situation is really bad now in the country. But I would say that the Balkan region is as well a place where we used to focus a lot on both issues, media freedom issues and working conditions. In my view, the situation is not as bad as in other countries from the region, because of their capacity to unionize, to organize themselves. So I would say that the main problem in Bosnia is the economic context. So it's very difficult for media outlets to fund themselves. I would say that the economic situation is the main problem in the country. But on the issue of media freedom, I think they are rather well in improving the situation because of the pressure of journalist organizations in the country. So they are rather strong. I know that they are divided. You know, it's not easy for them because the context of the country is still difficult. But they manage to improve the situation on some points. The rules regarding asylum are, rather strict, and I would say that it's more and more difficult for people to get the status of asylum seeker or refugee in Europe. It's not just about your profession, for most of the people it's more and more difficult. And it's true that maybe journalists are facing that global situation as well. So I don't think journalists are specifically targeted, as on that particular issue. I would say on the contrary that sometimes it's easier for journalists to get a status, maybe not the full status of refugee but in most of the cases, they have the support of their national organizations and the European Federation as well. So many times we sent letters to governments, so asking governments to take into consideration the asylum seeking procedure for that journalist, because he's a journalist, he's working in the public interest. So I don't think journalists are, having more difficulties than other people. We should be honest on this. Today, it's more and more difficult for any citizen coming from non-EU countries to get that status in Europe. It's not only about journalists. In Serbia, I think journalists are facing a total lack of support from public authorities. In every single country, I'm not talking just about the EU countries. If you follow the recommendations from the Council of Europe, it is clear that states have the positive obligation to protect journalists. Not only their physical integrity, but also the working conditions for journalists. It's clear. Serbia signed, like any other member state of the Council of Europe, recommendation on this. So they are supposed to be committed to media freedom. And it's a legal obligation, it's a positive obligation regarding the European Convention on Human Rights. So it's not something, it is important. It's one of the tasks of every single government, and the main problem for me in Serbia is that the government doesn't do anything to protect journalism. On the contrary, I would say. We've seen many politicians in Serbia blaming media outlets or journalists, you know, fueling hatred against them. So that's the real problem for me in Serbia, the total lack of support from politicians. I would say that the EU Commission should be more active regarding the situation in Serbia, I don't think they push enough the national Serbian government, you know, to comply with their commitment, and it's the same for the Council of Europe. You know, Serbia officially signed the recommendation on the protection of journalists in 2016, so it was 1 year ago. It's a very recent commitment from them to support and to protect journalists, and they are not complying with their own, you know, their own commitment to do so. So yes, I would expect a bit more, you know, activism from the political leaders of the European Union and the Council of Europe regarding the lack of support of Serbian government regarding media freedom. I think that in Serbia, the lack of support is, you know, more, I would say, more active. So it's not only a lack of support, it's politicians acting against media freedom. Maybe in Bosnia it's just people not taking care enough of journalist rights and so on. But in Serbia I see a kind of activism from politicians, from government, against media freedom, which is rather worrying. So that's the difference I would point out between the two countries. What I know is that there is a dialogue now between journalist organizations, so we have a strong association and a strong union in the country, and both are having discussions with the new government. The new government is rather open on those questions, so I'm not pessimistic, but I don't see yet, you know, clear improvement of the situation. Now they are discussing issues. I think it's on the good way. There is a dialogue. They show some commitment toward media freedom. So I'm rather optimistic, but I will tell you if the situation is, you know, convenient or not in a few months, because in those issues, you know, working conditions and media freedom, you need time. It's not just like this. It's not voting a law will not change the situation. You need to convince the media sector, you know, I mean the employers, you must discuss with them. It's a question of trust also. Citizens, if citizens are trusting a bit more media, so they will buy newspapers, they will listen to the radio, they will watch TV, and it will increase, you know, the market shares for those media. So it's not just about having an agreement with the government or between the government and journalist organizations. It's a full, I would say, ecosystem, and you should play on the global ecosystem to improve the situation. But I'm rather sure they are on the right way to do so. We have good practices in order to ensure the independence of public broadcasters. And it's true that in most of the countries in the Balkans, those practices are not yet implemented. So we work together with our organizations in the country to try to convince governments to improve the situation. I would say that the employer organization, the EBU, European Broadcasting Union, is also doing a good job on this. Sometimes with the employers' organizations, we could have differences, of course, and disagreements. But in this case, we are fighting together to improve the situation in the countries. We are discussing projects together with the EBU in the coming months in order to help those countries to implement the good practices in order to ensure the independence of public broadcasters. So we need independence and a good level of funding, of course. We need financial resources for them. I think it's important to remind those broadcasters are working in the public interest. Journalism is public interest, so we need them, and particularly in countries where democracies are still improving. So that's really important for us to support those tools, democratic tools. And I think that there's a need to improve the situation for sure in all of the countries of the region. Yes, of course, we expect the EU to be more active, to fund more projects in order to improve the sustainability of local media in the Balkans. They are already doing so. I think they should do more about it. But I don't think they should interfere in local market by funding directly media outlets like the US is doing, for example, or the Russian Federation is doing as well. So I don't think it's the right way to improve the situation. The right way is to fund more projects, allowing local people, local journalists, local media outlets to develop their own projects in the country. Diplomacy, and they have the right to do so. They are playing that game with the media. They are funding not public media, but I would say governmental media with a strong policy. And I think the best way to react is just to be aware of the situation, And we are supporting, for example, within the European Federation, the new activities developed by the European Commission regarding media literacy. I think it's important for citizens to be aware, to have a critical view on media. And it's the best way to fight against propaganda, because what we are facing from some media outlets, Russian media outlets, is pure propaganda. Now, we are also committed to support real journalists in Russia. One of the problems is that nowadays every single Western European is considering Russian media as a propagandist media. It's not true. Of course, some of them are real propagandist tools, but many of them are doing a great job. I'm thinking about the people of Echoes of Moscow, Novaya Gazeta, Dosh TV. So let's support also those who are doing the job in a right way in Russia. I think the main commitment should come from journalists themselves. So it's simply part of ethical journalism, it's part of our values as journalists, not to fuel hate speech. So I believe in self-regulation, in press councils, in ethical debates within the profession. That's something we should maybe we should do more than we've done before, because that's true that we are facing a lot of fake news, a lot of hate speech, mainly on social media. It's not really traditional media who is facing that phenomenon. But the good reaction is to act in a much more ethical way. So I believe in ethics, and I think most of the journalists are committed to act in an ethical way. I don't think it's the same thing. I think a good way to help citizens to make the difference between propaganda and real news is to convince them to consume more media, to compare, not to rely in a single source. That's the problem. Nowadays, most of the people, they just rely on their Facebook profile. So they see news in the Facebook profile and they believe the news. They believe it's real news. We should help them to act, as journalists are acting, when you are just checking out the credibility of news. Compare, just read more things. Do not rely in one single media.